Shalawam Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GREATMILLSTONE, and Shalawam to elect out there doing this work of faith and labor of love, truth, sincerity. I pretty much wanted to get into a topic, real quick, based upon, something that Apostle Gabar said in the last live stream. Well, today, October, what is it, the 2nd or the 3rd? It's Sunday, so yeah, it's Sunday, yeah, October the 2nd. So I know they did one yesterday, not the one they did yesterday, but the one last week, when they got into Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. And, pretty much Apostle Gabar had made a statement, and he said that, the Most High is the ultimate chess player. How the Most High can make one move and make 7 other moves at the same time. So, pretty much that's what I wanted to base, this lesson upon. And, I'm gonna pretty much, paraphrase the scripture since I'm, driving. I might post them up in post-production, but if not, then I'll just post them up raw. Post this video up raw. But, with that in mind, the first scripture that I think of, or the first example that I think of is in the book of Judges. And I believe it's Judges, the 14th chapter, pretty much, verses like 1 through 5 or something like that, where pretty much, you had Samson, he wanting the woman from the Philistines, and, his mother and father told him, like, yo, is there not a woman amongst your nation or your tribe or whatever that you would take a liking to, that you would go, to the uncircumcised pretty much? And he was like, Father, get her for me. She pleases me well. And, and the scriptures say that, but his father and his mother didn't know that it was of the Lord, that the Lord chose to seek an occasion with the Philistines. And when you look up that word occasion, in the Hebrew, the word there is ta'ayna, which means an opportunity for a quarrel. So the whole point of, the Most High putting the spirit upon Shalaki, I forgot his name that quick. Samson. Yeah, I was about to say Samuel. Samson, to want that Philistine woman was that, Israel can be delivered out of the hand of the Philistines, man. And he chose him to do that. But you see how, the Lord put the spirit upon him, to want this woman, and he just thinking that, he just want this woman. He not thinking that, of what would happen in the end, that he would wind up getting in this big fight with the Philistines and wind up, having to kill himself in the end, ultimately delivering Israel. But that was of the Lord's will, man. That's the Most High doing one thing for a certain reason and performing another outcome, man. So that's how you know that this thing is not of free will, man. That's how you know that everything is planned, through the Spirit, how with the Most High, that everything is predestined, preordained. And you can't change a pattern, or you can't put a rift in the Most High's pattern. You can't get over on the Most High. Like, it's this movie called The Adjustment Bureau, and pretty much, they control time and pattern and how things are supposed to go. And it's like, and if you go off track in a movie Adjustment Bureau, they have to come and find you and put you back on track, man. But this ain't that type of thing, because there's no free will here, man. Everything is of Yahawah. And that's just how the Most High works. The Most High always does one thing and cause several other outcomes, And another example, that comes to mind pretty much is in the book of Samuel, around like the 2nd, the 3rd, maybe the 4th chapter. I know it's around like the 2nd and 3rd chapter, where pretty much they get into the 2nd chapter where, Eli's sons, they were doing wickedly, with the sacrifices, dealing with the priesthood, so on and so forth. And, Eli heard of the things in which they were doing, but he didn't do anything about it. He mentioned it to him, but he didn't do anything about it, and the sons didn't hearken unto him because they knew that the Most High would kill him. So the Most High told Eli, you know, like, why do you kick ye at my sanctuary, and you and your sons, y'all eat fat from off of the you know, the people's goods and stuff like that, you know? So the Lord said, since you putting your sons above me, you know, I'm gonna destroy your house forever. And you know, and this is gonna be the sign I'm gonna send unto you, that both of your sons are gonna die in one day. And he told Eli, for you, you know, it's another man that's gonna come up that's basically gonna grieve you, and I'm gonna set up another man that's gonna do according to my heart and according to my will. And that next man that was to come up underneath him was what? Samuel. And Samuel, when he got his first message from the Most High, he pretty much told him, you know, that he was going to perform the work upon Eli and his sons. And then what? The Lord wound up killing both of Eli's sons in one day. And then when Eli heard the news about the Ark of the Covenant being taken by the Philistines, he dropped dead out of his chair, man. And Samuel, you know, took over that stead. So you see how what the Most High, basically how the scriptures say in Daniel 2:20, the Most High set up kings and he removed kings. So the Most High set up Eli, you know, to be the priest, but then he had the spirit upon Eli to not render judgment unto his sons, so that he could render judgment upon Eli and his sons and set up another man in his stead, man, which was Samuel. So, and you know, that should let brothers know, and for myself as well, that we have to fear, man. We are expendable to the Most High. The Most High don't need us. You know, we ain't shit, man. We can easily be replaced. So that's the Most High making one move to do another move on top of another move, man. You know, all of those different factors come into play of the Most High of setting up another man in his stead, man. Once again, that shows you that this is not free will, okay? And how the scriptures say, you know, pretty much that time and chance happeneth to them all. You know, that time and chance, you know, every nation under the heavens, they had their pretty much, you know, their time to rule. You know, that certain period, you know, like the Babylonians, you know, the Lord proclaimed unto them, you know, 70 years, and he lightened it. You know, he had the time for the Greeks to rule, he had time for the Romans to rule, so on and so forth. Then he set that bounds in which they could not pass. Just like here in modern day America, you know, the Most High allowed Esau to be the whipping stick for us, you know, to punish us, you know, so that we can learn wickedness in order to know how to properly, righteously judge in the kingdom, so we can know both sides of the coin, you know. So the Most High does things in manifold ways. That shows you that that's time and chance happening to them all, because all nations had a chance to rule, and all nations had their time to rule, you know. And we had our time and chance, you know, to rule in the ancient times of King Solomon. And now we've had the other side of the coin to be punished, so we could understand how to properly rule in the kingdom and how to judge the other nations when we're ruling in righteousness, man. You know, and pretty much, you know, the last example, you know, in which I have to speak on is when you go, Salakia, it's my windshield wipers, but the last example is in the book of Judges, you know, with Gideon, dealing with Gideon and his sons. You know, Gideon had what, 70 sons. He had one son, you know, by a concubine, which was Abimelech. You know, and Abimelech was wicked. So, you know, Abimelech had went to his family in Shechem, and he pretty much found vain and light men to follow him, and they killed he killed all of his brothers, all of the sons of Gideon, except for one, the youngest son named Jotham. So for the Most High wanted to render judgment on Abimelech, you know, in the men's of Shechem for what they did unto Gideon's sons. So the Lord allowed one of Gideon's, the youngest of Gideon's sons, Jotham, you know, pretty much to stay alive. And he went unto Shechem, and he pronounced unto, you know, the men of Shechem Like, yo, if you think you done justly or what my father did, so be it. But if not, then may fire rain upon you, you know what I'm saying, and judgment be brought upon Abimelech. You know, and so through that, you know, the Most High purposely allowed one of Gideon's sons, you know, Jotham, to stay alive so that he could put that curse upon, you know, Abimelech and those minions, in which they did unto his brothers, so that they could render judgment unto him, man. You know? And ultimately what happened, you know, at one of the battles, you know, the men of Shechem had turned on Abimelech. The Lord had put an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem, and they wound up following somebody else. And so at the battle, you know, pretty much, you know, the men of Shechem, they were all in a tower, and Abimelech set the whole tower on fire, and all the men of Shechem, you know, had got burned up. You know, that had something to do with Gideon's son's death, man. You know? And then at the end, you know, with Abimelech, he was at the Tower of Thebes, and, you know, you had a woman that dropped a big-ass rock on his head. And then he told his you know, one of his guards, you know, to shove a sword through him so that men will not say that Abimelech had been killed by a woman. You know, so we see how that storyline played out, you know, as far as what, you know, the Abimelech killing off Gideon's sons, the Lord allowing one of the sons to be alive to put a curse upon them, and for that judgment to be brought upon them in the end. That's the manifold ways of the Most High. You know, for every reaction there's a chain reaction. Everything links up, you know, according to how the Most High want things to go. That's why the scriptures say, you know, man's goings are of the Lord. Therefore, how can a man understand his own way? We don't control our own destiny, so to speak, and how these people in the world may think, man. You know? So, you know, I just want to get into those quick examples of the manifold ways of the Most High, and just for, you know, brothers to always be mindful that we are expendable. We ain't shit, man. You know, so there's no reason for any of us, you know, to be prideful or anything of that nature. You know, and for us to just, you know, just to constantly pray into the Most High for that mercy, because we never know how things are going to work out. You know, but we all want to make it, you know, into that everlasting kingdom. So we just got to tread lightly and do what we got to do, and just know how to stay in our lane, man. And, you know, try to examine ourselves to the best of our ability, you know, every single day, man. You know, so, you know, with that, you know, I hope this quick segment was edifying. You know, and I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalawam to Lek out there doing his work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalawam, and death to America.